Hello, good evening. Thank you for joining us for another edition of News 360, live from Adesanwe. I am Isamoni.
And I am Wendy Lai. We begin from the Krachie East District, where more than 200 students of the Oti Senior High School in the Krachie East District of the Volta region sleep in the open due to lack of dormitories.
But that is not all. Hundreds stand outside their classrooms during lessons, also due to lack of space and furniture. Sandra, Esinam reports the situation can best be described as a human rights violation.
With over 80,000 population in Krachie East alone, Oti Senior High is one of the two schools providing secondary education to students in the district and other parts of the region. Despite the swelling number of students, the infrastructure situation is precarious. This notwithstanding, the Oti Senior High Secondary School has 1,800 student population. The effect was visible during our visit. With classrooms full to capacity, extra measures have been put in place for those without desk, leaving teachers with little space to move around during lessons. Even that did not solve the situation. Dozens stand outside the main classrooms to monitor lessons. This has become the norm.
Some are sitting under the corridor, and then also some are also sitting inside the classroom, which is well crowded. The fan, sometimes when the sun rises, it's very hot for the students to sit inside the classroom.
The picture cuts across all classes. We are currently in the general art class, and behind me is this numbers. This is the dining hall for the school, and so what these students do every time it is time for meal, breakfast, they have to move their chairs outside the classroom. After meals, they come back again, and this is done throughout the 3-meal course. With this picture in mind, we decided to go back at night to see how they manage to sleep in their dormitories. Trunks and chop boxes compete for space with the students, while over 200 female students sleep in the open. It's exactly 5 minutes past 10 p.m. and with the help of our car lights, here we are. And what you see here, they are human beings for real. Due to lack of accommodation, people who cannot have beds in their dormitories had to spend the night in the open, and it stretches all over to the corridor here. Girls are sleeping in the open. Very horrific. And one question we've been asking, whenever it's about to rain, what happens?
As it stands now, we are all confused. Should it rain at this time when we are not ready or maybe sure of the rains? We will have to send them to the staff common room.
So are you trying to say that since this situation started, it's never rained?
No, it has not rained. The
girls were not alone. Few meters away, the boys occupied any available space in the dark. The story does not end here. Reptiles are a constant threat to a good night's sleep. Emmanuel is one of the victims of snake bites.
I was sleeping. The next day when I wake up, I saw my leg, how it was moving. I was not well. So I went and informed our senior house master. Then he decided that we should send it to the clinic. When we went to the clinic, when they checked, they said it was snake. One injection was 1 million. So they took about 3 injections before they had the snake.
Is that not scary enough to prevent you from sleeping outside?
We don't have any choice to sleep outside.
Don't you think that it would have been safer for you to go and come from home?
Most of us are from northern region, eastern region, and all those sort of places. We can't come and go back.
But for the benevolence of World Vision International, having a dormitory of their own would have been a dream. With just 2 teachers on campus due to lack of accommodation, authorities say they cannot monitor students should they sleep in different classrooms for fear of indecent acts. Though the 1992 Constitution provides that education from the basic to the tertiary levels is a right for all, not many are enjoying this. The President's State of the Nation address echoed the stride government was making in education, but the reality in Oti Senior High is woeful. Students like this are denied their rights. So we ask if it is a crime to go to school. Sandra, TV3 News.
We're still following that story, and both the Ghana Education Service and the Krachie East District Assembly seem to have no immediate solution to the infrastructural needs of the Oti Senior High School.
Here's more reports from Sandra, Esinam.
All schools in the country now are community-based schools. Therefore, it is the responsibility of the communities to put up the infrastructure. In our area here, it is a World Vision and the district assembly. The government is also trying to put up infrastructure, but it is a gradual process.
The district assembly says its outfit is in coma.
In fact, the district is owing. What happened? Our first DC actually contracted a loan, 2 million Ghana cedis from Senate to construct a market complex at Dambai. But as at now, the money is finished, but the market is uncompleted. And in fact, Senate is deducting this money from our common fund. And then there are some people whose houses were demolished at the market. So they took the matter to court. I came to meet it. Now those people have actually won. And then the district is paying them. So we can't do anything.